Here it comes.
Since the far-off days when man first heard a scratchy noise on a cylindrical drum, accompanied by staccato human tones, it has been his aim to add breadth and depth, to give realism and spaciousness, and even where it applies, to convey actual movement.
Intro, I start to go, my rhymes will flow, so get up and dance, cause Kane said so. If you were lounging around, it's time to get up. Pardon my expression, but I'ma tear shit up. I'll appear right here and scare and dare a mere musketeer that would dare to come.
Yo, everybody, this is Rich, a.k.a. Coach P, and y'all are tuned into a special episode of Coach 88. This is episode number 10, and I just want to give a special thank you to all the listeners who've been tuning in for these last 10 episodes, and also to the great guests that have been a part of the show as well. You guys know I like to always bring you the freshest guests I can bring to you and the best new music I can bring to you as well. And this artist that I have for you today is a 20-year-old MC named Ktoftribe. I'm straight out of Indianapolis, Indiana, and I want to get into the first song right now. Y'all know I never come to play, and I'm going to get into the track Polo Boy by Ktoftribe.
Polo boy, hey, polo boy, yeah. Riding with the chopper, niggas not to talk. Riding with the chopper, tell these niggas not to talk up. I just hit a stain with niggas just like Mr. Rogers. Polo boy, yeah, they say that I'm a problem. Told my foes that we gon' get them, then they slipped up and we caught them. Riding with the chopper, turn his brains into some pasta. I just hit a stain with niggas just like Mr. Rogers. Polo boy, yeah, they say that I'm a problem. Put a check up on my wrist, I got the drip when I be tossing. Dirty Harry with it, if I shoot I leave no witness, ayy. Anybody get it, in broad day I'm getting risky, ayy. Got no time for friendships, niggas cross me like they Christian, ayy. I don't wanna kick it, please don't hit me, less is business, ayy. Long nights, I've been working long nights just to get a day off. Trap like it's a day job, I'm trapping at my day job. I'm about to take off, ball like it's the playoffs. Get a bag and maintain, most you getting laid off. I be on the same things, most you probably changed up. Since I got the sauce, always tell them get your bank up. You know where I am, you come this way, you getting banged up. If it ain't that money, I'ma hang up. Now I'm Millie rockin' when that check in. I'm so young and reckless, I'm copping VVS shit. The wrist to match my necklace, I'm flexing, I slam it like a wrestler. Call that pussy breakfast, she said I'm way too restless. She extra, yeah, I'm pushing gas and I won't let up. And 5-0 on my ass, applying pressure, no rest here. I just gotta get it any means, any measure. And anything you do, I do it better. They jealous, why they always trying to sell me shit? Don't fuck with broke boys. Ain't nobody play that nigga's song, it's like a broke toy. She ain't used to money, said she never fuck with dope boys. You can come my way, but you better watch your tone, boy. Riding with the chopper, tell these niggas not to talk up. I just hit a stain with niggas just like Mr. Rogers. Polo boy, yeah, they say that I'm a problem. Told my foes that we gon' get them, then they slipped up and we caught them. Riding with the chopper, turn his brains into some pasta. I just hit a stain with niggas just like Mr. Rogers. Polo boy, yeah, they say that I'm a problem. Put a check up on my wrist, I got the drip when I be tossing.
Yeah, that was Ktoftribe with Polo Boy. Hey, KT, you on, man? How you feeling?
Hey, bro, I'm feeling good, man. How are you feeling?
Man, I feel good. I'm glad to have you on. You know, let's just start at the track Polo Boy. You know, what inspired the sound of that?
I mean, I've always been a fan of Ralph Lauren in general, and I mean, it's just like when I make music, it's just random, really. I'm crazy. Like, that's the biggest thing, and I just think 1,000 things, and it's whatever thought that just comes to me that I can hang on to. And it's funny, what actually started that song was the first line of the chorus. It was riding with the chopper, tell these niggas not to talk up, and it was going to be like a completely different song over a completely different beat. And then I actually ended up switching it up, and I'm glad I did, and I like that beat a lot, so.
Yeah. What was the deciding factor to switch up the beat? Like, I love what it became, but what was the deciding factor to even switch it up?
Originally it was going to be really hype. Like it was going to be over kind of like a new age type beat, like maybe more like Playboi Carti-ish like range of beats selection, and it was going to be like hype song and like ad-lib heavy, and it was going to be more quick and more like for live, you know what I mean? Like just like in that scenario. And I wrote the verse and I started the verse and I really liked it, and I was like, you know, if I hit it like this though, that'd be cool. And like, so I went looking for beats, and that beat is really like smooth and easy to ride. So I was like, all right, this is the one.
Yeah, I must say, that reminds me of when I used to do music, I would always make a mixtape. And right before I was about to put it out, I would make a new track that I was like, this got to make it. Like, this has to be a game time decision for me. By chance, does that happen to you often where you're creating a track and you feel like it's done, but then something else happens? You'd be like, no, like I got to switch this up because I know this would be a way better idea. Or was this just specific to Polo Boy?
Yeah, no, writing is it's a long process for me. One of my biggest influences is Earl Sweatshirt, and in one of his interviews he said that when he writes music, he feels like he has to sit down and write it all in one take. Like even if he's going to change some parts, like he has to write it all in one take, because the vibe that you have when you write the song the original time, the first time you hear that beat, you're never going to get that back. So I took that to heart, and like when I write a song, no matter how hard it is or how much like writer's block I come along trying to finish it, I always just finish it out. And then I usually come back the next day and I change it up a little, and then I'm like, all right, this is it. And then I book the session in the studio. My engineer, he's a busy dude, so usually I got to wait a few days, and I just sit on it, and then the day of or the day before, I go back and I maybe perform it for my friends or something, and I see what they think, and then that's kind of the last revision I have on it. I just go in, and he's really good at feedback, like, oh, hit this like this, or put this back here, and like this and that. And I mean, me and him bouncing ideas back and forth is like, it's magic, really.
Are you a frequent collaborator with people, or only in specific situations? Because I know for some artists, they work better when they collaborate with people because they always get a different perspective and can bounce ideas off of someone. Are you someone who really usually works by yourself?
I'm open to collaborating with people, but I don't really collab with anyone. Like I have Tribe is actually, it's kind of like my collective or like clique more or less of friends. Like we all kind of make music or do something music oriented in our lives, and those people are the only people I really ever collab with. But even then, we're more focused solo careers than like as a group. So I usually don't have collaborators, but I am always open if people make good music.
Okay. And what inspired the Tribe thing? You know, like we're in present day. The furthest thing you hear is Tribe is more like a young rich nigga, like that type of clique, or like something boys. Like we really haven't heard Tribe and a Tribe Called Quest, you know, Jungle Brothers, you know, when all of them were together.
For sure.
What inspired that Tribe thing for you?
So, there's a funny story. What happened is the full name is Tribe 3. So when we all met each other, we were probably like 11 years old. I'd say 11, 12, like we're all around the same age. And we were just really close, and like none of us hung out with anybody outside of our friend group, and like it was just like real close knit. So we were like, we need a name for ourselves. And at the time, me, my buddy Brady, and Crisco, we kind of were like the three closest of the group. Like we would have like the whole group would hang out, but us three were like kind of like, you know, best friends. And so we came up with the name Tribe 3 because it would be like Tribe, that's all of us. And then there was like, you know, the big three, that was us within it, and that's where the name came from. And then when we all started making music, we're just like, all right, like Tribe, I mean, that's just what we've always been, so it was easy.
No, that's actually funny because when I was 12, me and my best friend, we called ourselves the Final Three.
Nice.
So
nice.
I feel you on that. And I just want to backtrack a little bit. I know you mentioned Earl Sweatshirt. Are you a fan of the whole Wolfgang Killer Army, or just Earl Sweatshirt?
Yeah, definitely. Earl Sweatshirt is the only one I would call a big influence to me musically. Tyler, the Creator, a little bit, but more like he helped me kind of like personally, like personality-wise, and like just accepting like who I was and everything. But I definitely fuck with all of their music. Like Haji Beats is cool, and I mean like even Left Brain. I mean like I like them all. They're not bad. But Earl Sweatshirt, he like I just can relate to his music. Like.
And what is it about him that you connect to? You know, like for me, my favorite one is Tyler, the Creator. Like my first exposure to him was actually his Wolf album. Like I was kind of late to his party. He was already 2 albums in by the time I heard him. And I was a fan ever since then and then started checking out the whole discography. So what was it about Earl Sweatshirt that made you connect to him the most out of everybody?
So when I first found Earl Sweatshirt was when he first started making like emotional driven rap, like as different to like the first stuff he made. He started like foreplaying like emotions more in his music, and it was when I first started going through a lot of personal issues and deep stuff, and it was the first time that I really got hit head on with like stuff like that, and I was lost, you know, and I had like no solace or anything. And then I found Earl Sweatshirt, and he was rapping about a lot of the things that I was going through, so that was just like a connection. And then watching interviews with him, live performances, and just following him as a musician, like I just could relate with him on so many things that it was just like a click. And then also like his music is just really, really appealing to me. Like it's just really good. But it's funny that you say you like Tyler, the Creator, because he would, when I first started listening to Wolfgang, Tyler, the Creator was my favorite too. But then Earl Sweatshirt won me over, definitely.
Yeah. So what do you take from Earl Sweatshirt the most that you apply to your own music?
Musically, when I in terms of writing, I don't try to hold on to things like that very much. But one thing I do take from him is focusing on my lyrics and like internal rhymes, really, like making sure that the word at the end isn't the only rhyme that's going to be in the bar. Like there's going to be words inside the rhyme that's going to rhyme and stuff, you know, because he does a lot of that, like syllables and switching it up. Yeah. There's internal rhyme schemes and stuff.
Yeah, and me personally, I find that to be very important, is focus on the lyrics. I think that's where everything connects for you. Because I remember one of the first conversations I had with somebody, I had a performance in New York, and I remember this guy that was also from Michigan, but he just happened to be in New York at the same time. And he told me, he's like, people are going to always hold on to the production first because that's what grabs them. But the lyrics is what keeps them there. So the fact that you focus on the lyrics, I think, will really help you grow fans the more that you
definitely. Because for me, the flow that I have comes from the feeling that I get when I listen to the beat. The flow is the easy part. It's like when I find the beat that makes me want to write, that flow is just automatic. Like it's going to hit me that instant. And then it's just all the focus is just going to go on placing the lyrics right where they need to be to fit the flow that's in my head.
Yeah, I think the flow was actually one of the things that stuck out to me the first time I heard you, because the first song I heard from you was the first song that I played. It's Polo Boy. And the reason why I actually like to play the first song that I heard from the artist for the people is that I want them to understand the journey I went with the artist and go on that journey with me to understand that. So as soon as I heard Polo Boy, I'm like, yo, this guy is flowing. Like he's a natural. But, you know, it takes years to be an MC. But some people are just naturally gifted at being an MC, and you are naturally gifted with the flow.
Thank you, for sure.
Yeah, so is that something like as soon as you just even started to rap, you were automatically good at, or is that something that you just kind of worked on and got to the point where you are now?
Actually, no. Really, not really either. What happened was when I first started rapping, like I said, I was listening to Earl Sweatshirt, and I didn't really know who I was musically. So the only music I really listened to was Wolfgang and Earl Sweatshirt mostly. So I would kind of try to take his flow. But for me, I'm really anxious, and I'm really like energetic and high strung. Mm-hmm. And so the relaxed, laid back flow, you could just tell it wasn't me. So like at first it was like the lyrics were there, but the flow was just a little off. And I mean, what really helped me was I spread my horizon in music, and then I learned how to take all that in a little bit. But like when I get in the booth, I just let it all go. And it's just like, I feel like I like to describe it as when I walk around, I feel like I'm an elephant that's like trapped in a cage. And when I get to do anything musically, it's like I can just open the cage and just like be the beast that I am, you know? I don't have to have any restraint.
Yeah, I'm glad that you mentioned that, because a lot of artists don't cover that, is that when, usually for the average person, when they start rapping, they try to rap like somebody. It's just natural to do, especially when you listen to the most. Like even somebody as legendary as Ludacris, on his first video he tried to shoot for that What's Your Fantasy song, he tried to act like LL Cool J. And the director was like, what are you doing? Like, that's not you. And so be who you are, and that's when he became who he is now. So I'm glad that somebody actually let it be known that when I first started this, I tried to be like somebody. I tried to emulate somebody. At what point?
And
like, go ahead.
It was straight in innocence too. I mean, it wasn't just like I'm a jack this dude style. Like, it was literally like I listened to rock music and I listened to Earl Sweatshirt, and it was like, I don't know what it was about rap music, but when I listened to it, it's like I knew that I wanted to make it. So I just went for it. And I mean, I didn't know what I was doing at first, but we're here now.
What is your greatest motivator in making rap music? Like, what keeps you going every day?
The feeling. There's a lot of love found in music. Like, I mean, stuff like this. I like doing interviews, just getting recognition. I like getting in the studio, playing live shows. It's just things like that, and the feeling that I get. And like when I drop a song and I actually like people are actually listening to it and they're like telling me they're saving it. And I mean, like I can just look at my stuff and see how many saves I have on Spotify and streams, and people are actually listening to my stuff, and knowing that I'm getting recognition for what I'm putting my heart into. It's just such a good feeling that like it's just right. And I know I've had a lot of dreams in my life, but I've given them all up for this one. So I know that this is the one that has to work out. There's no other option.
That's something that people who don't make music don't understand. It's the high that you get from actually just releasing music and making music and being told your shit is dope. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't think anybody ever outgrows being told, yo, man, this shit is dope. Like, I don't think anybody at any level can ever be told this shit is dope.
And music has always been like a release for me. Now it's like it's changed now than it used to be. When it used to be, it was more of an outlet, I would say, an outlet for me for portraying my emotions somewhere. Like, I didn't really talk to anybody. I didn't really get to have that, so I would just pour it all into music. Now it's more, I feel like I'm happier, but I still have not like sadness in me, but like darkness, or like it's just stuff like that, like just energy in me. And I just need to let it out somewhere, so I just pour it into music, all my feelings and emotions that I don't get to portray in everyday life.
By chance, you have, I don't know if you've ever been told this or if this is true, but you have a poetic feel about you. By chance, did you ever start off writing poetry before you started writing actual lines?
I did, actually. I started writing music is the last form of writing I picked up. The first kind of writing I ever did was when I was young. And actually, when I was 5 years old, I used to write short stories. And I don't remember exactly about what, but it was a dog who would change colors based on his emotions. And I remember that. And then when I got older, I started writing poetry a little bit. And then I got back into writing stories. And I took that and I wrote a few like about half books, 3/4 books, nothing real strong. And then I started writing for a magazine, and when I started doing that, I started getting back into poetry, and it was like poetry kind of led me into like wanting to write more into music, and then I started doing music and poetry, and I don't do as much poetry now as much as I like writing my feelings down. You know, it's not as much in a poetic sense as it is just another release, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but poetry is something that I always hold close to my heart and something that I always dabble in.
So one thing that stuck out to me is you used to write for a magazine.
Mhm. Yeah, it was out of Detroit. It's called Hip Hop Empire, and I wrote for it was a few months. It was while I was in college too. I stopped because I had a lot on my plate, and it's sad because I really like doing it, and I would pick it up again, but there's just 100 other things that I got to focus on first before I can put my focus there.
Dang. Well, I know something we need to focus on, and that is this next track, Flash. So let's go ahead and get it to these people. All right, cool. This is Ktcatchem, Flash.
Money like Flash, get to the money like Flash. I had to cop me some gas, I get the money too fast, but you can bet I'll be making it last. Put her on gold and now she like to brag, I'm getting all in my bag. I got some broke niggas mad, run up the check like I'm Flash. Get to the money like Flash, get to the money like Flash. I had to cop me some gas, I get the money too fast, but you can bet I'll be making it last. Put her on gold and now she like to brag, I'm getting all in my bag. I got some broke niggas mad, run up the check like I'm Flash. I told my girl I'm the plug, she fell in love with the drugs. You know my shawty go nuts, I'm finna smoke till I'm numb. I'm on the road going dumb. Tell them that I ain't the one, you was a dub. I did it all for the rush, I cannot trust none of you niggas, you sus. I got this bitch going up, pouring my demon straight into my cup. She said this life is too much. Me and my money is young, I won't do shit for the fun. It's all about the fun, I got it all out the mud. Most of these niggas get stuck. I turn the trap to a club, I got your girl having lust. Hate how my money is up, hate how I'm running it up. It's just like a race, I got the force like a mace, thinking I'm stuck in my ways. I take the blunt to the face, I got your girl in the day, so she wanna taste. Just like a cater, she giving me cake. Just like they posted, they showing me hate. I turned a 2 to an 8, if I showed up I was probably late. I cannot relate, tell them please stay on your lane. I'm taking aim at the white in your eyes. I made a play and now I'm on the rise. Nothing to say, they don't speak on the vibe. Let's put the bullshit aside, I'm playing bully tonight. Get to the money like Flash, get to the money like Flash. I had to cop me some gas, I get the money too fast, but you can bet I'll be making it last. Put her on gold and now she like to brag, I'm getting all in my bag. I got some broke niggas mad, run up the check like I'm Flash. Get to the money like Flash, get to the money like Flash. I had to cop me some gas, I get the money too fast, but you can bet I'll be making it last. Put her on gold and now she like to brag, I'm getting all in my bag. I got some broke niggas mad, run up the check like I'm Flash. Paranoia. I can't trust them, they ain't loyal. And I came straight out the soil, making sure my girl is spoiled. Lately thinking that I'm royal. Tell them average ain't gon' cut it. Most of you talking annoy me, but I just condone it. That's why I stick to my lonely, I'd love it. I'm taking shots like I'm hunting, I'm staying 100. You don't gotta ask me who run it. They always asking who did it. No witness when I get the gun and I'm young and I'm dumb, but I'm getting this money and I see some shit I can't stomach. I did some shit I ain't telling. Clean, but I move like a felon. Now I got the packet, got mailed in, so I'm gonna tax if I sell it. I said I'm back and I'm better. I'm pushing gas for the pressure. They turn the rest for the cheddar. I play them like puppets Geppetto. I hit the floor with the pedal. I'm making moves, I don't meddle. Most you get caught in the middle. I'm shooting straight like a missile. I'm shooting straight, I ain't missing. I'm with the gang on a mission. I'm with the gang on a mission. I'm trying to ball like a piston. I'm with the gang on a mission.
that was Ktoftribe Flash. And, like, what inspired that track? Because what I'm hearing is, like, I know we touched on the flow before, but it's really just higher, upper echelon type skill with the flow. Like, what was the inspiration for this track?
So I've always been into, like, comics and, like, the superhero shows and everything. And I've tried writing a few different superhero-based songs, a Spider-Man one, a Green Goblin one, and then this one. What inspired this one in particular was I actually got a hat that had the Flash logo on it, and I was wearing it while I was, like, listening to beats one day, and I was trying to freestyle and, like, think of something, and, like, the hat fell off, or, like, I ended up looking at the hat or something, and I was like, get to the money like Flash, and get to the money like Flash, and I was like, yeah, and I just went with it.
Yeah, I say, because, concept records, especially, like, involving, like, comic books or different characters, are actually tougher than making people think, because I've heard a lot of concept tracks, and they weren't up to par. Like, I won't say the MC name, because that just won't be cool. But I heard a song recently, and somebody tried to make a track about Bowser from Super Mario, and it just wasn't it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just wasn't it. So, like, people.
I actually linked up with this chick, and she made this dope lyric video for it using the one of the old Flash cartoons, and it's on YouTube and shit. I mean, she put work in. It was pretty. I was surprised how good it ended up. It's, like, really cool how she threw that in.
So how can they find that? Can they just find it by searching Ktoftribe Flash on YouTube?
Yeah, I mean, Ktoftribe Flash, I mean, if you Google Ktoftribe, that's one of the videos that'll pop up. I mean,
okay.
For sure.
Okay, well make sure y'all do that. Look up Ktoftribe Flash if you want to see that video. And something else,
awesome.
Like, I know I see you with singles, but by chance, do you have a project in the works right now?
I actually have 2 projects in the works right now. Neither really is more complete than the other than one's going to be a full album, mixtape, project, whatever you want to call it. It's called Til Death Do Us Part, and I have the cover for that one done. And that one's going to be a little bit more in the future. And then more upcoming, I want to drop an EP just because I have a lot of songs recorded that I just don't really know what exactly to do with because it's just too many to really line up as singles. I'd be dropping singles for like a year and a half. So I want to drop like a short little EP, and I think I'm going to call that ktcatchem because I've always like loved Pokemon. So, and I have a really cool cover art idea for that. So I think I'm going to run with that.
Okay. And how did you get to the point of deciding to even drop a project or two? You know, because like with albums, it's more of a cohesive idea of making a statement. So how did you get to that point of deciding it's time to even drop a project?
Originally, when I dropped my first song in July 29th, and at that point, I had already had 15, 16 songs recorded. So I was going to come out and drop an album off the gate, or an EP. It was going to be 5 or 6 songs, and just kind of like work on promoting that, finding new methods of promotion, and getting feedback and seeing like how people react to it, if they like it, like what works out, and then kind of work from there. But then I decided like I want every song that I drop to get the amount of respect that I believe it deserves. So I'm coming out with singles, building fan base, finding out what works here and there, working in visuals and trying new angles. And then when I feel like the time is right, I have an EP ready. So whenever I have enough hype and people want it enough that I feel like it'll get the respect it deserves, I'll drop it.
And then, that's actually, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but that's actually advanced thinking that you're doing. I don't know if you know it or not, but that's the perfect way to do it. Because a lot of artists, they just drop mixtapes right out the gate or drop a full album right out the gate. And you don't have to do that present day, because today is such a singles game where your favorite artists are just dropping singles before an album. So the fact that you even are savvy enough to be like, I'm just going to just drop singles and then just build it up, and then by the time I drop a project, people going to be wanting a project. They're going to be asking for a project.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
And that was like, pretty much my exact like mind state when I thought about it. It was like, I just had so much music, I wanted to drop it all. You know how like the feeling is, like I'm like, yeah, this is fire, like I just want everyone to hear it, and I was just gonna ride with that and drop it all. But I just like, I've been thinking about this shit long enough, and I'm like smart enough to understand like how you need to do shit, and I just knew like I just need to be patient and I need to trust the process, and that's the only way things will work out, is if you let them.
And what was the first track that you actually released for people to hear?
Flash is the first one that I released. And yeah, that was July 29th with the lyric video for it. I would have dropped it sooner. I would have dropped it about a month before, but I got fiddle fucked on a lyric video. It came a long way. Like this whole year, I've been working since the beginning of 2018 on getting my first song out. And I went through about 3 or 4 different songs that were going to be the first one. And I knew I wanted some sort of video with whatever the first track I dropped. And it was just everyone I went to for a video just, like, was playing. Like, I mean, people would record the video, be editing it, never finish it, never hit me back. Or we'd go and record one scene. I'd be like, all right, this next one, you know, and they never want to record again. Or they'd say they'd have the lyric video done by here and then never hit me back. And then, like, I finally found someone. I linked up, and I just went for it.
So if you can, take us through the journey of you getting to the point where Flash was going to be the song. Because I know you mentioned a few songs could have been the first song. What was that journey like, getting to Flash being that first song for you?
So I'll start at the beginning of the year, Christmas pretty much. I got a bunch of money together, added it with like Christmas money and stuff, and I kind of got everything I would need to record at home. And I got like Pro Tools, the whole like get up, you know, because I'm just kind of savvy with stuff like that. And I just set up this little booth, like not even really a booth, like it was real makeshift, like mattress type, you know what I mean, like home studio, like what you'd see like stereotype home studio. And yeah, like I recorded a song in there, and I spent like a while mixing it, you know, like just like looking up videos and getting everything right. And then that was going to be my first song. And I recorded the video for it, and the dude was supposed to edit it, and he sent me like 2 edits from it. And he said, all right, it's going to be done in like 3 or 4 days, and then just never hit me back up. And then it was right after that I found the studio that I go to now, and that's when like my sound went to the next level. So I just knew like I'm just going to scratch that clean. I'm going to come here a few times. And then the first song I recorded there is called Bipolar. It hasn't dropped yet. But I was going to get a video for that, and I got fooled around on that video too. It never ended up coming out. So I was like, all right, I'm just going to stick to it. Like I just had the feeling I need to drop a visual before I drop anything. And I recorded Flash, and I had an email list of people around my hometown who have been like following me since I first started making music. And so I sent 4 or 5 songs out to them. You know, which one do you like the best? And the one I got the most back was Flash. So I said, all right, I'm going to go with that. And, like, I sent it to a few people who did videos, who did music. I said, who can do a lyric video for me with the Flash cartoon? And I finally found someone who did, and I threw them the money. They got it back to me in 2 weeks. And I found this cool Facebook page that uploaded videos for cheap. And I got it put on there, and I put it on YouTube. And I got really good feedback for it. So I followed it up with Die Lit. That's the second song I dropped. And then Polo Boy came a few weeks after that. Sauce, I dropped a visual for that. That is the most recent song I've dropped. And One Love, which you guys will hear soon, is the 21st of this month. And
so, like, how much has your life changed? Like, with you like being so consistent in the music that you make, and how has your life changed now that you're really active in being an artist?
It's cool, honestly. Like, I'm like on the same level, you know what I mean, social class wise. Like, I'm not balling off music or nothing yet, but like I don't really fuck with nobody, right? And I've never really I'm like introverted extrovert. Like, I'm outgoing in certain circumstances, and I can be sometimes, but like it seems like I never am when I really need to be. So like I've never really like been outgoing, like, so like people don't really talk to me, like wouldn't really talk to me. And like now, like I make music, and it's like people would like come up to me and tell me that like they love my song, or they like send me a video of them bumping it. And like people in like bars will like send me videos of them like playing it in the bar and shit, like, and just like I get asked to do shows, and I mean, like, it's dope. Like, I love just people in general, you know what I mean? Like, just the recognition.
Yeah, no, speaking of shows, have you done any live shows of the music that you put out yet?
Oh yeah, I did a show in Canton a few weeks ago. I did one in Dayton. And then I got one coming up in Nap here in November, and then I'm actually hosting one in December in Muncie, and that's probably about gonna be it for me in 2018. I don't like performing too much around the same area because I feel like oversaturation isn't good when it comes to actually trying to sell tickets.
So what can people expect from your live show when they come to see Ktoftribe?
I'm a fucking rock star. I'm going to bang my head. I'm going to, like, scream and yell as loud as I can. I'm trying to get a band together so I can do, like, metal adaptations of my rap songs live, because that's how hard I go. And that's what they can expect from a KT show. I get up there, I just let everything I can go, and I just pour my heart out. And it's just how I feel inside. It's just everything I want to do in day-to-day life that I can't do, I just let it out when I'm live.
And what inspired you to want to add the metal element in your live show?
So I've always liked the concept of metal music, because I feel like people who like metal music, you have to be willing to like be not. I guess I don't think it's weird, but I guess the social stigma for general like people who listen to that type of music is like, oh, they're metalheads, they're gonna wear like this type of clothes and stuff. And I mean, like, so those people they're way better at embracing themselves, I feel like, because of that. And like when I was younger, I was really never good at being myself. So when I would see people like jam into metal music, even though like it wasn't the popular music, and like just like wearing clothes like that, and just like, you know what I mean, being themselves, I was like, damn, you know, kind of. So like I kind of started getting into it, which I never got real heavy into it, but it's like it's the music in itself is like a really good statement of just fuck it. And that's just who I am as a person.
Yeah, so I noticed that you mentioned that at one point you weren't comfortable with yourself. What helped you get to the point that you are comfortable with yourself?
Man, just, I don't know, a lot, just growing up, really. I went through a lot of things where I had to face other people, I had to face myself, I had to face situations I never faced before, and I had to act in ways that I wasn't ready for. And because of that, I feel like now I can deal with anything. So I can handle anything. I'm calm always and collected.
By chance, are you cool with telling us a situation that required growth from you or helped you grow the most?
Yeah, actually, how I got my rap name, Ktoftribe, comes from my friend Katie Marie. When I was younger, she was like one of my real good friends. Like, I would call her like a sister almost. And she ended up passing away when I was 15. And it was like right after that I started rapping. And that's how I got my name. But before that, I really wasn't good I was really good at being the person who was there for other people when they were sad, but I wasn't good at being the person who was sad. And facing that and not being able, you can't really bottle your emotions up from something like that. And that really helped me let my emotions out for the first time and really understand that, like, it's okay to do that. And then that led, like, okay, like, it's okay to do that. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to be happy. It's okay to all these things. And, I mean, that just led to personal growth and leads to growth in the music and everything. It's just one stepping stone to the next.
Yes, I'm glad that you said that, because some people, or a lot of people, think that showing your weakness or showing that you hurt is weak, you know, and I think it takes real strength to even be comfortable displaying that you hurt, you know, like what you don't reveal, you can't heal, you know.
Definitely.
So I think it's always important to show your vulnerability.
It takes a lot more strength to be weak, I think, and know it.
Definitely. So what does one love mean to you?
One love it means a lot of things. It's just, I just have unconditional love, and I just try to love everything, no matter what. And obviously there's things that you can't love, and that is okay, but I'm still going to extend that love. Now, in the song, it is more or less the love of music and the love of the feeling. I'm trying to portray the love of the feeling I get from music, and the energy that music gives me is more or less what the song is trying to portray.
Okay, well, let's let the people hear it here first. KT of Tribe, One Love, dropping October 21st, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, let's go ahead and give it to them right now. Premiering here, KT of Tribe, One Love.
Run my hand right through my hair and feel the locks. While I'm happy, head as fuck. We gon' run it like there's cops. 9 to 5, it ain't enough. Niggas sus, don't you compromise my trust. Let you dumb, get the funds. All my niggas blowing up. We them boys, see them toys just went for us. We don't play, we want that rush. Only got one love, yeah. I'm about to drop like a bomb. No, I'm never dropping the ball. Got these niggas talking a lot. Yeah, I'm reading all of their plots. No, they gon' jet me like my locks. I run this shit like this top. I had to get to the guap. I never knew when to stop. They know my money, the one who gon' talk. But pass me the rock and I'll ball like LeBron. When they see me out, they like, what do you want? Just bought a new fit, didn't check what it cost. Whatever I'm in, I'ma drip with the sauce. Was never this shit, only ride with my dogs. Hop out the whip like a frog. Blow so much smoke it's a fog. Roll up a wood like a log. Got no respect for the law. Only do takes I don't call. I'm gonna ball. I got it all in my hands. I can't be doing no wrong. I gotta show I'm the man. Wing it, I don't got a plan. These niggas don't understand that that's how it goes. I'm rolling up for the road. I'm flexing out every show. I won't be seen, I'm a ghost. They can't be getting too close. Run my hand right through my hair and feel the locks. While I'm happy, head as fuck. We gon' run it like there's cops. 9 to 5, it ain't enough. Niggas sus, don't you compromise my trust. Let you dumb, get the funds. All my niggas blowing up. We them boys, see them toys just went for us. We don't play, we want that rush. Only got one love, yeah. Big Walla, I don't need a budget, cause I'm big ballin' like I'm Tim Duncan. I'm the big dog, most you niggas puppies. In my wrist an ocean for you little guppies. But I fuck it up, I'm taking all the money. That bitch said she love me, then she left me lonely. So now I can trust them, cause I know they phony. And if you don't need me, why you keep on phoning? I'm the one and only, flexing like I know it. Roll it up so you can watch me blow it. Only posing when they take a photo. I'm the realest here, I guess I gotta show 'em. Hey, please don't hit my phone up. I be in my zone, yeah. Hey, I be in my zone, yeah. Please don't hit my phone up.
Yeah, that was that KT of Tribe, One Love. Make sure y'all look out for that October 21st. Now, what is next for Ktoftribe?
One Love is going to drop. After that is going to be Bipolar. You can expect a crazy music video for that. And then I'm hoping by then it will be Project Time. But if not, I mean, I got a plethora of singles to drop. I got a clothing line I'm working on. I mean, it's a whole business that I do is photography, clothing. I mean, I throw the shows with it in entertainment business. But the clothing line's going to start soon. I just got the logo and everything done. I'm about to get a bunch of the equipment that I need to start making the clothes, and that'll be up soon, Black Tulip. So, I mean, you can look out for that.
All sounds good. We are at the tail end of the show where I'll leave the floor to you to shout out all your social media accounts. If you got something you want to plug, please do. Got any shout outs? Make sure you do those as well. The floor is yours to do what you want with it.
Yeah, shout out 6 C-Mac, shout out 47 Sensei, shout out Chop Shop. I am Ktoftribe. You can find me at Ktoftribe anywhere. Find my music at Ktoftribe anywhere. You could just Google me. That's probably about all the shout-outs I have. Shout out Black Tulip, and I'm ready for a great 2019. You can get ready to see me everywhere.
And for me, I just wanted to take the time to sincerely thank you for coming on the show and sharing your art and sharing your story, sharing your time. Thank you.
For sure, dude, and thank you for having me. Like, I really appreciate the opportunity, and I'm glad you didn't overlook me.
Definitely. You know, like my thing is with anything that I do, from the podcast, the radio show, the blog, the releases, anything, I tell anybody my only rule is be dope. That's it. If you dope and I hear it and I like it, it's a bet for me. So
for sure.
Thank you.
Well, I appreciate that.
Yeah, like I'm telling all the listeners now, look out for this guy, because you will be hearing his name. So make sure y'all remember y'all heard it here first on Coach 88. And
yep.
I also want to just thank all the supporters for just tuning in. Like I said, this is episode 10 of Coach 88. I had a vision for the show, and I'm glad for you guys tuning in and for all the great artists that came along the way to make this show great and continue to make it great, and all the supporters who support everything else. Global Money, thank you. So until next time, be blessed and stay global, my friend.